In a beautiful sun-drenched garden, where roses bloomed in a riot of color, lived a ginger cat named Leo. He was a creature of simple pleasures, napping in sunbeams, chasing his own tail, and dreaming of the world's biggest fish. One afternoon, a flicker of light caught his eye. It wasn't just any light. It danced and shimmered, a kaleidoscope of emerald green and sapphire blue. It was a butterfly, but unlike any he'd ever seen. It seemed to be woven from pure magic. Leo's hunter instincts, usually reserved for toy mice, roared to life. He crouched low, his tail twitching, and with a playful pounce, the chase began. Watching from the cool shade of a hydrangea bush was Carmen, a sleek black cat with eyes as green as new leaves. Where Leo was all instinct and impulse, Carmen was thoughtful and cautious. She observed Leo's clumsy pursuit of the sparkling insect with an amused twitch of her whiskers. The butterfly flitted just out of his reach, leading him on a merry dance around the garden gnomes and over the flower beds. It was a silly game, she thought, until the butterfly did something impossible. It soared towards the old oak tree at the edge of the garden, and where its wings touched the bark, a shimmering, swirling portal of light appeared. Leo, blinded by his focus, didn't hesitate. He leaped right through it. Carmen's curiosity finally won over her caution. With a deep breath, she followed her friend into the unknown. The world on the other side was a dizzying spectacle. The sky was a shade of lavender she'd never seen, and the trees had leaves of pure silver that chimed in the breeze. Flowers glowed with their own inner light, and the very air hummed with an energy that made her fur stand on end. Leo was already trying to bat at a floating, fluffy creature that giggled every time he swiped. They had tumbled into a land straight out of a fairy tale. As they ventured deeper, they discovered this world was not just beautiful, it was alive in a way they couldn't comprehend. Squirrels in tiny vests offered them acorn tea, and a chorus of frogs sang melodies that told stories of the river. But a shadow of sadness hung over this enchanting place. They learned why when they met a wise old owl perched on a branch of a crystal tree. The owl, whose name was Alistair, blinked his great golden eyes at them. He explained that this land, known as Eldoria, was fading. An evil queen, who ruled from a dark castle in the north, had stolen the heart of its magic, a powerful gem called the Sunstone, and trapped its power within a dark crystal. She was jealous of Eldoria's joy and light, and slowly, she was draining it of all its color and life. Alistair told them that many had tried to reclaim the Sunstone, but the queen's castle was protected by dark enchantments and fearsome guards. The creatures of Eldoria had lost hope. Leo, however, felt a surge of something new, not just playful energy, but courage. He looked at the sad faces of the talking squirrels and the wilting, glowing flowers. Carmen, ever the strategist, saw the challenge. It was a puzzle, a problem to be solved. They weren't knights or wizards, they were just cats. But cats were sneaky. Cats were agile. Cats could get into places others couldn't. They looked at each other, a silent agreement passing between them. They would help these creatures, they would face the evil queen. Their journey to the queen's dark castle was a test of their feline skills. They navigated treacherous, shifting landscapes that tried to trick and confuse them. They crept through the whispering woods, where the trees whispered their deepest fears. But Leo's simple courage and Carmen's steady focus kept them moving forward. They used their natural stealth to slip past the queen's lumbering guards, shadow-like creatures with glowing red eyes. Leo's ability to find the most ridiculous and distracting things, like a loose thread on a guard's tunic, created perfect diversions, while Carmen's sharp eyes found hidden paths and secret ledges high above. They were a perfect team, one's impulsive bravery balancing the other's careful planning. Finally, they reached the castle, a grim fortress of black stone that seemed to absorb all light and happiness from the air. The gates were impenetrable, but Carmen spotted it, a tiny narrow ledge high up on the castle wall, leading to an open window. It was a path only a cat could take. Holding their breath, they scaled the wall, their claws finding purchase in the ancient stone. They slipped inside, silent as smoke, into the heart of the queen's domain. The castle was cold and silent, a maze of dark corridors and eerie chambers. Following the faint, pulsating hum of stolen magic, they made their way towards the throne room. There she was. The evil queen sat on a throne of jagged obsidian, her face a mask of bitter resentment. Before her, on a pedestal, pulsed a black crystal, and trapped within it, they could see the brilliant, struggling light of the sunstone. The queen was so absorbed in her dark power that she did not notice the two small figures creeping along the tapestries on the wall. Leo and Carmen knew they couldn't fight her directly. Their plan was simple: shatter the crystal. As Carmen created a diversion, knocking over a suit of armor with a calculated push, Leo saw his chance. The queen turned, enraged by the clatter. In that split second, Leo launched himself from the top of a tapestry. He wasn't chasing a butterfly now. He was a furry, ginger missile of hope. He sailed through the air and struck the black crystal with all his might. There was a sound like shattering glass and a blinding flash of light. The crystal exploded into a million pieces, and the sunstone, now free, shot into the air, flooding the throne room with warm, golden light. The queen shrieked as the pure magic washed over her. Her power, built on stolen light, vanished. The darkness receded, and the queen herself seemed to shrink, becoming a small, withered figure. Her reign of terror over the castle began to tremble, but not with destruction. The black stone turned to gleaming white marble, and sunlight streamed through the windows for the first time in years. The magic of Eldoria was returning. As color and life rushed back into the land, the portal in the old oak tree flickered back into existence. Alistair the owl and the other creatures of Eldoria gathered to thank their small, furry heroes. They had done what no one else could. With cheers and happy songs ringing in their ears, Leo and Carmen stepped back through the portal. They tumbled out onto the soft grass of their own garden, the afternoon sun feeling just as it had before. But something was different. They weren't just a playful ginger cat and a sleek black cat anymore. They were heroes. Leo stretched a new quiet confidence in his posture. Carmen looked towards the horizon, her green eyes full of the memory of a lavender sky. Their garden was home, but they knew that adventure was always just a magical butterfly away. Thank you so much for watching our story today. If you enjoyed Leo and Carmen's adventure, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. We'll see you next time.